JJ, what did you learn in your first full season in the National Hockey League?
I think just like the game overall and how important it is to have consistency in every night, and I think that's like the main thing, which like all the good players, like they're so good at like bringing the game every night.
Were there times where it was tough on you this year, where as you were learning and moving along?
Yeah, totally. I think it was kind of like an up and down season for me, like I expected. And there were times where like the puck just wouldn't go in, and then there were times where like kind of like every play like was like perfect, and yeah, the puck was going in way more. So I think yeah, it was just an up and down, and I kind of expected it, so I went with it.
You gained so much from playing in the playoffs with Rochester last spring. These last couple weeks of the season, games that mattered, that were almost like your playoffs. How do you think that you really benefited from that experience?
Well, I think it was like overall unreal for the team. I think to have those important games at the end, where you like kind of like have the back to the wall and have to win every game. And I think in that time, like as a group, we got like even more together when we had like those pressure situations.
What are the challenges that Don put in front of you now? You just met with him. What are the challenges he put in front of you to make you better?
I mean, just work hard in the off season, and then yeah, I mean, I wanna take the next step next year. Have do like a little bit more. Have more. What is that word called? Just be there more for the team. I mean, just be more the guy.
How did Dylan make you a better player, just on ice, off ice, whatever he did for you?
I mean, he helped me a lot, like coming in at the end of the year, and I mean, we spent a lot of time together off the ice, him, me and Quinny a lot. So I mean, we had fun. We had fun off the ice, on the ice, and I think just like being a good pro and especially like preparing for games.
We've talked a lot, at least you and I have, about your desire to be clutch and reliable in those situations. What have you learned from the last month of Casey Middlestat and the way he's showed up?
I mean, he was playing unreal lights out. I think he showed like how much skill he has, and that when he like puts everything together, how good of a player he is. And yeah, I mean, it was really fun to watch him. That's for sure.
I know Alex gives you a hard time sometimes, but what do you learn from him? I mean, being able to sit next to him and have a guy, you know, the way he's performed in the NHL. Did you learn a lot from him?
Yeah, I think it's like just like being around him, you kind of like learn a lot because like pick up so much stuff he does for games, for practices, and I think just like having him here, I mean, he's such a good guy. So he kind of like took me under his wing, I would say. So I mean, yeah, he helped me a lot.
What do you think of Jack's season? I mean, especially the way he developed a penalty killer and a guy really battling along the wall.
Yeah, really good. Like you said, I mean, he got in the PK, and I think at the end he played like top 4 PK from our team, and he played it unreal. So I think he did a huge step from start to the end, and yeah, I mean, it was exciting to play with him this year.
Are you going to play in the Worlds?
I do, yeah.
You're going to go back home this summer, but that's farther away from a lot of the guys here. What are you going to miss the most about this team?
I think I would say the dinners on the roads, just hanging out together, spending time together, and yeah, just having fun.
In your first full NHL season, how welcomed did you feel in this room?
A lot. I mean, we're the youngest team in the league, and for a young guy to come in, then it's so much easier, I would say. You have kind of like the same interests, like almost all the other guys, and yeah, I mean, had a lot of fun with all of them.
Are you a guy before a season who will set goals for yourself, like I'd like to score how many goals, or I'd like to score how many points? Do you do that, or do you just kind of let it go and whatever happens, it happens?
No, I mean, there are like, of course, some individual goals, but I wouldn't say like anything point-wise. It's like more like where I want my game to be, and that's how it was. That's how it was this year. So I wasn't like focusing too much on points.
Tuck says being surrounded by you and Jack sometimes keeps him up on the trends. Is there anything you've had to teach the older guys in the room?
There were probably a bunch of stuff, but I can't think of one right now. But I mean, I think it's not only me; it's like with so many other young guys. So whenever like something new comes up, it's pretty quickly in the locker room.